Oh my god, you have to try it. It's so pretty, I can't.
There are so many beauty products out there and you don't know which one you need or not. I don't want to discourage you from enjoying makeup products, but it is important to distinguish between want and need. In today's video, I'll be talking about makeup products you probably don't need. First product you probably don't need is color corrector. Yes, I said that I'm talking about the color corrector, which I feature multiple times on my channel, and I even made videos specifically about it. But you probably don't need this product, especially one with intense pigmentation. Then what is it used for? Color correcting in makeup is a technique to even out the discolorations and hyperpigmentation with using different shades. For example, red is the opposite of the color green. So if you want to correct the redness on your skin with a color corrector, you are going to use a green shade corrector and then it becomes neutral. After that, you can leave it on its own, but there may be some green hue slightly through, so you might want to cover those areas with a foundation or concealer to hide the greenness. This is a technique that is mostly used in makeup class or for TV show or performance makeup that requires heavy application of makeup because of strong lightings that used for shooting or performing on stage. If you look at the color correcting palette in the market, most of them has an intense pigmentation, so it requires you to put more and heavier concealer on top to hide it. Then why is it not necessary? Unless you have a severe redness or discoloration to cover, using a concealer will be enough. So before you try a new color corrector, I highly recommend you to cover those like discoloration you want to cover with a concealer first. And if it's not enough, you can try getting a new color corrector after. For me, I see a huge difference between using it and not using it, especially for covering my under eye dark circles. But sometimes there are those days that I feel like I don't need it because I have a good skin condition, so I could just skip the color correcting as well. So if you want to try or buy a new color correcting palette, here's a tip for you. Depending on the skin color, color intensity from color correcting palette might differ, but no matter what skin color you have, please avoid those light or pastel-y color. It would definitely look unnatural and make your look very pale, which end up making your discoloration stand out even more. Instead, look for neutral shade ranges of color corrector that doesn't even require a foundation or concealer on top. This will make your makeup much more natural and allow you to make a lightweight base makeup look. Second thing you don't need is a primer. I know we all learn from beauty commercial or just from watching makeup tutorials. We have to start our makeup from using a primer. So we think that we have to use a primer, but we actually don't need to. Then what is it used for? Primer is a product applied to the skin before applying a foundation or concealer to smooth out the appearance of your pores or skin texture. They normally give your skin results silicone feeling or silky feeling that makes your skin smooth as soon as you apply it. It might be helpful to reduce the excess oil or shine on your skin. That's why most of primers are targeted for people with oily or combination skin. You expect the longevity of your makeup to last all day by using a primer. Then why is it not necessary? First, if you have large pores, rather than using a primer, using a thick or highly pigmented foundation or concealer should be enough. Let's say you want to hide your large pores. If you just work on the surface on your pores, it wouldn't improve the appearance enough. Even if you put a foundation or concealer on top, the surface is already smooth and silky and sometimes makes our skin drier. So if you put a foundation or concealer on top, it wouldn't do that much for your pore appearance. To hide large pores, rather than using a primer, try this instead. When choosing a foundation or concealer, rather than liquidy or hydrating formula that gives you a glow finish, look for the ones that has a semi-matte finish with decent amount of density and hydration. If the formula itself is too dense or thick, and even matte, it cannot be applied smoothly and will give you a tacky appearance. It's the same for when choosing a concealer. If you use a foundation using a brush, try to fill in the pores with the product with vertical motion as well as horizontal motion. Our pores have a different shape. Some of them can be filled with vertical motion and others with horizontal motion. So try to fill in and then use a cushion puff to pat and make sure the product goes into your pores with a slight pushing motion. If you use a concealer using a buffing brush, do a pressing motion to fill the pores with the product. It will help you to fill the product into your pores, then it will look blurred and less obvious. Next item you probably don't need is blush with glitters. I personally do not prefer blush with glitter because blush, glitter, and highlighter work differently. Blush is normally applied to the cheeks to add useful and healthy blush up color. For highlighter or glitter, it is applied to certain or small areas of your face to create a radiant or luminous effect. Then what is it used for? When blush and glitter are combined, it will not only give you a flush of color but also create a highlight effect. It sounds good, but in reality, it wouldn't look good that much. When we apply blush with glitter all over our cheek, it will not only highlight unwanted area but also makes your skin texture more obvious and visible because the color itself and the glitter. Obviously, I don't want to take joy for you from using this product, but if you're a beginner in makeup or just start to build your own makeup routine with buying just new product, you have to get a good natural looking blush and highlighter first, and then you can mix both to create a shimmery blush that perfectly matches for your skin color, and then you can mix both or use separately. Next item you probably don't need is contouring palette. Contour palette is basically a palette that consists of 4 or 6 contour or bronzing shades. The range starts from the lightest shade to darkest shades. With a contour palette, you can choose a shade no matter your skin color, especially when it changes. During the summer, you get tanner. During the winter, you may get lighter. If you are a professional makeup artist or work in a beauty industry or makeup industry, it will be really helpful because you don't have to carry like 4 or 6 different contouring palettes for different clients. However, it is not necessary for everyday use unless you're a professional makeup artist. I know when you start doing your makeup, you have no idea which shade you should guess, so you're more likely to get the one as many shades you can within your budget. It looks affordable because you can get 6 different shades at a drugstore compared to 1 single shade at Sephora. I've been there, but you know what? You are going to use only 1 shade from the palette and you will never touch the other shades. I would rather recommend investing 1 product which has the perfect shade for you. And choosing the right shade of contour is very important for everyday makeup look, especially if you want to achieve a natural and sophisticated look. If it's too dark, it will look patchy and muddy. If it's too red or orangish, it will look like you had a sunburn. Then how to find the perfect one? Go to any store and try to find the most natural looking contour powder on your skin. Like you're looking for a perfect foundation shade. After that, choose a product 1 or 2 shades darker for your preference. Then you will find the perfect contour powder for your skin. Another one you probably don't need is setting spray. If you ever watch any other makeup tutorials, you may have seen spraying a setting spray like a final touch and it looks glamorous. If you use a setting spray or face mist, after doing all your makeup, you feel fresh and feels like makeup is all set with just the 1 product. Basic ingredients in setting spray that make makeup last longer is polymers, which create a foam on top of your makeup and can make the makeup smudge proof, waterproof, and sweat proof, so it holds in place. It would be great if you have oily or combination skin or live in a humid place because it increases the longevity of your makeup. Then is it necessary in your everyday makeup routine? skin? No, not really. Especially if you have dry skin, you might feel hydrated as soon as you apply, but after a few minutes, it will get even drier. Some products might have some hydrating ingredients that make your skin hydrated, but if you have dry skin or just look for products that increases the longevity of your makeup, do a proper skincare before you actually apply makeup first. Even if you have oily skin or combination skin, please do not skip applying a moisturizer. After doing a skincare routine, when you apply the foundation or concealer, try a pat motion instead of swiping motion and just move on. Patting motion with a sponge or fingertips will help you to get the products to stick onto your skin well. Last makeup item you probably don't need is an eyebrow powder. Eyebrow powder is a makeup product used to fill in and define eyebrows. It fills in sparse areas in the eyebrows or change the color of your brow color for different looks. Why is it not necessary? It is a simple answer. You can do it with an eyeshadow. The biggest difference between eyebrow powder and eyeshadow is whether it has more waxy ingredients or not. Eyebrow powder has more waxy ingredients or binding ingredients compared to eyeshadow. It's actually a small, tiny difference, but if you are skilled at makeup or have been doing for many years, you will know the difference and it is good to invest in. But if you don't really see the difference and are only wanting to buy the product because everyone is using it, you probably don't need it. You can use an eyeshadow instead with more like a pressed fine pigments rather than the one with so like powdery pigments. It would be even great to choose an eyeshadow palette with the shade you could use as an eyebrow powder, something that is more ashy or similar to your natural brow hair color. So this is all about the makeup products you probably don't need from my opinion. I hope you guys find this very helpful. I understand that we often learn makeup through media, especially social media nowadays, and we see a lot of products through these channels and my channel as well. But it is so important to have those like critical mindset towards those content and carefully consider what you genuinely need or want as part of responsible consumption. This approach can not only help you to spend more wisely, but also help the environment because you are not purchasing any unnecessary product. Please share this video with your friends or family who are struggling to start their makeup or starting to buy new products. They might find it really helpful as well. Then I will see you in the next one, which is about the makeup products you actually need. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!